What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. In today's video, I want to talk to you about 911 and 911 Nashville. Yes, those shows premiered last Thursday. I want to talk about them. I'm going to start covering a broader range of shows that I enjoy on this channel. So I hope that you continue with me on this journey. If you are new here, please like, share, and subscribe. All that good stuff. Become a channel member today. And yeah, let's jump right into it. So let's start off with the elephant in the room. 911 Nashville. Me personally, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. Honestly, it's lacking what we got in Lone Star, and it's lacking what we got in the original 911. The original 911, even though they killed off essentially the main character, the heart of the show, in Bobby Nash, it still has that charm that the show has always had, if I could say it that way. Nashville, it feels like we were just dropped into the middle of it. No character development, no nothing. Another thing that I essentially do not like about the show is the whole, like I said, we're thrown into it essentially. We're thrown into the family drama right away. It's making Ryan unlikable for me because of how he's reacting to all of this. The way that Don reacted to seeing his son was weird. I saw a creator on TikTok say that at first they thought they were going with a, secret LGBTQ storyline for Don with the way he reacted to seeing Blue, essentially. And maybe that was somebody that he hooked up with or something. I don't know. But I can understand why they would say that, because he kept freezing. We kept getting moments before this whole interaction of that he was hiding something from his son, from his family, and the way that the son reacted, you would expect that the mama, played by Jessica Capshaw, wouldn't have known either, but lo and behold, she does. They just decided not to tell their son for all these years, and out of nowhere, he shows up as a firefighter, but then we find out that, oh, it's a plan done by his mama to get back at his evil, as she's trying to plot it, the father that was never there for him. Yeah, I hate storylines like that, guys. I hate when they do the mom and son plot storyline. It's dumb to me. We don't need that in 911. And again, we don't know anything about Dixie. We don't know anything about Blue. We don't know anything about none of these none of the firefighters. We know nothing about them, and that bothers me. Why? I mean, this is just the pilot, but I feel as if you could have used a little bit more time to establish these characters. What do you all think? Like, it was no character building at all. Like, we just meet these different characters and they're all doing something different. One thing that I will say is different is that their paramedic is legitimately used to be a trauma surgeon, and I can appreciate that. I like that aspect, because yes, sometimes they're paramedics or whatever, but this one is legitimately a trauma surgeon. I like that. That's actually kind of cool. Like I said, we have Chris O'Donnell as Captain Don Hart, Jessica Capshaw as Blythe Hart, Kimberly Williams Paisley as Cammie Riley, a 911 dispatcher. First of all, I love this new 911 dispatcher, but we're gonna get more on that in a little bit. She is related to Don and Blythe and all of that stuff, or at least we're led to assume that. Ryan Hart, played by Michael Provost, is Don and Blythe's son, who is a firefighter lieutenant and a modern-day cowboy. Wani Feliz is playing Roxy Alba, a firefighter who is an adrenaline junkie and trauma surgeon. That's who I was just talking about. I liked her from the little bit that we got or whatever. Haley Kilgore, we know her from playing Jukebox on Power on Raising Canaan. She plays young Jukebox. Taylor Thompson, a firefighter who is also a singer. I would have liked to have gotten more about that, but it seems like they were just using her to push the whole music aspect of Nashville, I guess. She's pushing that whole music aspect. That's cool, I guess, but I mean, people who are from Nashville legitimately hate this show because it's not an actual depiction of what it's like. Yes, I know this is a fictional show, but I thought the accents and stuff were terrible. Hunter McVie is Blue Bennings, a haunted bad boy type who becomes a firefighter. Dixie's son, Don's biological son, Ryan's half brother, yada, 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 all that good stuff. We're also going to, it's recurring characters. Harold Foster, Gregory Allen Williams plays him. Mackenzie Porter as Samantha Hart, an ER doctor, and Ryan's wife. We hear that they are having they're having issues or whatever. I mean, I guess, I guess. But we do get introduced to the fact that Don Hart is a rodeo rider, as well as his son. He gets thrown off a horse in the first few minutes of the episode as well. So it's good to know that they do things outside of being firefighters. That's cool. What I don't like is we jump into the episode and we're thrown right into the middle of a disaster. We get 3 separate disasters in this episode, but it culminates in the, huge tornado at the concert or whatever. We've seen them do this before. We've seen them all have to team up to lift it up off all of these victims or whatever. They took that right from the original 911 in season 2. I don't like that. I want to see something original. Another thing, the disaster at the kid's birthday party where she gets swept up by the kite. They never explained why that happened. It seemed stupid to me. It seemed really, really stupid to me, and all in an effort to push that, oh yeah, maybe this aunt was buying cheap gifts. I don't like that. We don't even know who these people are. Why is this disaster getting so much focus? I thought it was funny that they were literally trying to run around and chase the girl when she could have just let go of the kite and they could have just caught her. I thought that you could have just caught her. But like I said, I do like the 911 dispatcher. She thinks quickly on her feet, and I can appreciate that. I always like that in a good 911 dispatcher. Like you have that with Maddie, and then over on Lone Star, you had that with the McLean sister. I'm forgetting these characters' names. But with that, I'll say, did we need Nashville? No, we could have just kept Lone Star. 2 911 shows. They're both set in southern states. People both have accents. Arguably, the accents on Lone Star were way better than they are in Nashville. The Nashville one seemed really, really forced. And this, again, it just seems like they just want to push the music aspect of it all. And, I mean, again, I'm not going to judge it too harshly based off the pilot. I'm going to give it another 2 episodes possibly till I decide if I want to keep going. I'll be watching episode 2 this week because this one did end on a cliffhanger. The premiere ended on a cliffhanger. Another thing I hate. But yeah, let me know what you think about it down below in the comment section. Let's move on to regular 911. Finding out that Athena hasn't really been there for her kids. Like she's out doing FBI, undercover work and all of that good stuff. I mean, that's cool. It's been 6 months since Bobby passed. She missed the dedication of the firehouse to him because she's working. We know that her kids are now living together. Harry is living with May. We find out that Harry did drop out of his senior year of high school. He got caught in the funniest way because he's working in a coffee shop. My whole thing was I was nitpicking. Athena had coffee in her hand. How did she not see Harry behind the counter before she heard his voice? But maybe he wasn't working the counter at that time. That's all fine and dandy. The coldest line of that episode was when he straight up told her, "You haven't been a mother since Bobby passed." That was insane, but I get it. They're upset. I get it. They're upset. The whole thing with Chim being the interim captain, like I said in my short that I posted the other week, I don't like the fact that it's just interim because I feel like at the midway point of the season, they're going to introduce this new character who's going to be the captain. We don't know him. We're not going to care for him. Let Chimney be the captain. We already have Eddie doing the paramedic thing with Hen and Robbie essentially taking Eddie's spot on truck. Leave this dynamic. I like the way we had it. Don't add in another element, please don't. But the whole gist of this episode is we have a tech billionaire. He's out canoeing, missing a meeting. Played by Mark Consuelos, excellent actor. He can always play a douchey type of character, so this character fits him perfectly. So he's out canoeing. Well, he's out, water raft, whatever you want to call it. He's in the middle of the ocean. So he's out there. He's in his boat. He's in a meeting. Boom, he gets swallowed by a sperm whale. Not the craziest thing they've ever done, but it's right up there with some of the crazy stuff that they've done. So he gets swallowed. He's in the whale's mouth. They call the 118. The 118 have to go save him. The whale indeed does spit him out, so they have to jump into the water, have to go get him or whatever. Eddie dives in, and the first person that he sees when he wakes up is Hen. So what does he want to do? He wants to thank Hen by any way possible. He wants to donate a large amount of money to the firehouse, but only under one condition. He's going to send her to space. Hen initially wants to take Karen, but Karen cannot because this dude is not liked by a lot of people, especially the people that Karen worked for. So who does she do? What does she do? She goes to ask several other people. And again, Athena's going through her own stuff, and Athena says, hey, the next thing a person asks me, I'm gonna say yes to. And boom, that's how they're gonna end up going to space. And then you're gonna have a huge disaster with a firefighter, several other professionals, and a police sergeant going to space. We also are dealing with Buck's like weird jealousy. I don't know what they've done with Buck, but like ever since they revealed that he was bisexual, they've like made this character kind of annoying. And it's not annoying because he's LGBTQ plus or whatever. He's annoying because like, why are you so jealous that Eddie's cool with him? You all have worked together for years. You should all be cool. You should all be buddy. That's dumb to me. It's irritating. I don't know why. I hope that this doesn't last. I'm glad Eddie is back. I'm very glad Eddie's back because I did not like the storyline of him just being away with his son and away from being a firefighter and all that stuff. I like Eddie when he's working. I like that. But I mean, guys, let me know what you thought about these episodes. Honestly, Nashville, I'm going to give that a 5 out of 10. And the regular 911, I give it an 8.5. 8.5. Hey, y'all took away Bobby. So you lose points in my book for taking away Bobby Nash. But guys, let me know what you thought about this. Let me know what you thought about this review. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you comment down below so I can, stay afloat in this algorithm. And I'll catch you all next time.